Successful people do what they have to do, whether they feel like it or not. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you're overwhelmed. You find out a way to overcome that challenge and you make that happen.
Productivity is never an accident. If you do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single day, if you keep grinding, you will make your dreams a reality. But you gotta be obsessed with it.
I need you to know that the stuff that you want, millions of people want the same thing you want and will never get it. So why, you, and how? Only one way. Total immersion. Become a freak. Guys, I want to crack you open and I want to see that you're crazy, because only crazy people make it.
Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft, so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gonna fly.
I used to be upset because I wasn't getting where I wanted to get to, and then I realized you're not devoted to it. You're not giving 120%. You need to devote, which means you get all your energy, all your time, all your resources to a specific thing. You cut everything off, focus.
Dive into something with more passion, with more dedication than you have ever done in your entire life.
You need to work the hours no one else is willing to. You need to study harder than anyone else is willing to. You need to put more effort in on that project than anyone else would even think to. Because you're not aiming to meet people's expectations. You're aiming to amaze them. You can only become the best by outworking everybody else. Your level of dedication determines how far you will go.
You have to develop yourself and keep improving your game when everybody else is taking time off, relaxing.
It is the days you don't feel like doing it, but you look at your wife, you look at your kids, you look at the country, and you realize that I am where I am because of other people's sacrifice. I gotta get up and make it happen, even though I don't want to get up and make it happen.
To live the life only 1% of people do, you have to do what 99% of people won't. If you don't like where you are right now, turn around and look at what you've done. You built every single step to create this. No accidents. Just taking the easy road too many times, not getting up, not going for that extra rep, putting that extra mile in, the little inches of life that add up to be first place or forgotten.
The only thing you do for success is sweat, it's tears. There are no shortcuts to success. Stop thinking there are. And stop wanting people to put you somewhere you didn't earn. You want the lifestyle, but you don't want to earn it. You gotta earn this. There is a price tag to greatness. You will have to work for every single thing you get. And you gotta work every single day. I need specifics. What are you doing on Monday? What are you doing on Tuesday? What are you doing on Wednesday? If you're going to get your personal freedom, you gotta go get it. You gotta go earn it. They ain't giving it away. The dream is real, but the lifestyle is realer. You want your dream to go on sale, it's never gonna go on sale. But if you want to be average, they giving the average out. They got discounts on goods. But if you want to be great, you gotta pay. You gotta pay sweat, you gotta pay tears, and you gotta pay every single day, every single time. There are no shortcuts to greatness. To be great, there are no days off. You cannot cheat success. You gotta work for it. You gotta breathe it. You gotta sleep it. You gotta eat it. You gotta put forth 120%.
It takes dedication, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes obsessive, compulsive, ridiculous amounts of effort. I realized I was on the right path because it stopped being easy. I'm tired, but I'm not gonna complain because this is what I signed up for. So I'm gonna smile with goddamn tired eyes and realize everything I'm doing on a daily basis is for a reason.
You have to want it enough to give your all for it. There are no free lunches in life.
You eat what?
Don't expect anyone to give you anything. I'm not the best and I'm not the brightest, but I have the heart and the drive of a champion. The question is, do you?
You know the most priceless environment that you own? Your mind.
All the other people you see that are successful, all the other people who are building multi-million-dollar careers and lives and businesses, they've all figured out one thing. They know how to get themselves up and moving when they don't feel like it. And it always comes down to discipline.
Discipline is the ability to give ourselves a command and then follow it.
And some of you, there are things you like, you are like a slave to you. You are a slave to some of your vices. You are a slave to some of the things you like. You have absolutely no control.
It's all on you.
What we're going through, how your body feels, nobody cares. We got to do our job.
I just beat me. I don't give about nobody else. I just beat me. I'm in a battle with the only person that I really want to fucking beat, and that's me. If I can continue to outdo me from the day before, then I'm ahead.
I want you to see how far you can go. And that's all it's about, yourself. Through discipline, through self-discipline, through tons of repetition of the same thing that you don't want to do, you develop mental armor for your mind. If your mind's like, okay, we suffer every day. That's what we do. We do stuff that sucks every day. So then when the suck stuff comes, you're ready for it. So every day I'm fighting where the mind wants to go.
Everybody likes the idea of success. Everybody wants to have millions of dollars in their bank account. But going out and doing those things, going out and going through the day-to-day actions of building that, you don't love that idea. You like the idea of success as long as it's easy, as long as it doesn't take you having to do things that you don't feel like doing when you don't feel like doing them.
So what's your excuse? Is it too cold where you live? Is it too hot where you live? Does it rain too much? Maybe that's your excuse for not being better. If you're allowing people and things and situations to hold space in your head, you're losing.
You have to understand that your greatest commodity, not your shoes, not your car, not your clothes, it's your mind. Your mind is the most important thing you have, and you gotta control it. You need to be aggressive. You need to be demanding. You need to be decisive. You need to be in control. You get control when you stop letting life control you. When you get to the point where a tragedy or a trial don't make you cry, you still gotta go through life. If you wake up and you feel like you're having a bad day, you gotta learn to control your emotions and don't let your emotions control you. You're not a child anymore. You drive your emotion. You have no control over rain, no control over the snow, no control over the temperature, but I'm asking you to control what you can control. You can control going to bed. You can control getting up. You can control being on time. You can control going to class. You can control showing up. You can control doing your homework. You can control your attitude. You can control being nice. You can control doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. You want to be a winner and you want to stop losing? I'm telling you, stop being lazy. Stop waiting for it to come to you. You got to move you every single day. If you get to a point in your day and you down and out, if you get to a point in your day and you exhausted, you get to a point in your day and you're not feeling it, you can stop right there and change the mood. Nothing controls you. You push you move you. You control your feelings. Nobody control your mood. You saw something that threw you off, well, see something that throw you back on. You in 3 and you got 6 gears, but you're accustomed to 3, you're accustomed to 4. I challenge you to push it to all the gears you got. Give it everything you got.
Why don't you just make this the last day of your entire life that you ever tolerate mediocrity ever again for yourself and make a real decision to change? Because that's what champions do. They make lists of what they're going to do, and then they do it.
If you tell yourself the truth, and the truth is, I'm not happy with where I'm at. I can do more. I can be in better shape. I can work harder than I'm working right now. I can do much better than I'm doing right now. If that's what you believe, if you believe that to be the truth, you won't have to find more discipline. Discipline will find you. It will wake you up in the morning.
There's enough out here in life that will bring you to your knees.
It is literally at the darkest moment when it dawns. When I was at my darkest moments, when I was at my lowest places, my darkest days have been my clearest days, my clearest thoughts. My greatest moments didn't come from my greatest moments. My greatest moments came from my greatest defeats. Because it was during my defeat that I had to find a way to get back up. We need defeat. Because iron sharpens iron. Stop tripping when it get dark and you running. You running from your success.
But if you got a dream and you got that vision that make your belly leap, don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Don't let nobody tell you that your dream is not big enough, that it's too small. You gotta keep doing that thing. There's not a dream that has not been fulfilled in my life. And it's because of tenacity, it's because of grit, and it's because I didn't give up.
It's like you have to save your own life. Nobody's gonna be able to save it for you. So we have to do what we have to do, no matter what it is.
Something in this universe, something expects you to become something more. That's why it feels so good to become more, to give more, to do more, to shape more, to break through, to overcome your fears, to strengthen yourself.
You are going to have to understand the concept of 3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
We have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude. That's all we can play. I am convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And when you're in charge of your attitude, you say, if it's hard, then do it hard. I won't allow this to stop me.
Some of you right now, you think the dream's over. No, you just need a new strategy. You just need to pivot. Guess it's over. No. Change your plan up. Don't change the vision up. Guess the business is over. No. Just change your plan up. Change your strategy. Pivot. You might fall down, but you can get back up. Change your approach.
You have something great in you. You can do it. Where you are is temporary. You will not be there for the rest of your life. The first level to success in life is you seeing it.
Winners understand that they're going to win before they even win. Because winning is a mentality. Winning is something internal. You got to declare it before you do it.
It's done. Every single day, we're not waiting for it to happen. We just don't have sight. Sight is for people who live in the present. We have vision. We're going to make it happen before it happens. You literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it. I saw myself one day being where I am right now. I don't care where you are. Use what you got to get what you want. Use your mind. Use your vision. Use your dream. I dreamed my way out the hood. And then I saw it. And then I would get up every day and I would grind hard. You can't win it if you can't see it. The vision. You got to see yourself winning in practice. You got to see yourself winning the games. I was here before I was here. I envisioned it. I saw it already. If you would just believe it before it happens, if you would just believe that your day coming, that the sacrifices you are making today, they gonna pay off. But if you do not believe, it ain't gonna happen.
You're about to give up on your marriage. You're about to give up on the business. You are about to give up on your dreams. And I know it hurts. And I know you don't want to take it anymore, but don't give up.
This fire you're feeling, this frustration you're feeling, this is what is going to make you into the weapon that you are going to become that will build the life that you are out to build.
When the strong have no more left, they fight, they fight, they fight. The weak, when they have no more left, they quit, they give up, they surrender, they retreat, and there's nothing weak about you.
We take all the negative, we take all the frustration, we take all the things that piss us off, and every single time we feel like quitting, every single time we feel like throwing in the towel, we list down the things that people have said to us, we list down the things that people have done to us, and we find the energy to go take productive action. How powerful could you be as a creator, as someone who's in search of greatness, if you are able to take the positive energy and you're able to use all the frustration, all the anger, all the pain, all the disrespect, all the doubt, and you're able to take all that energy at any given time and then flip it over into something that actually makes you better? How can you compete with someone like that? You can't. Those are the people that win, and that is why they win, and that's why you're gonna win.
Sooner or later, everything in your life is going to tell you to stop. Everything's going to tell you to give up. Everything's going to test your limits. But that's okay.
It's okay to be tested. That's how you get stronger. It's okay to cry. That shows you care. It's okay to want to give in. That means you're human.
Rough times are gonna come. They're gonna beat you to the ground. But these times have not come to stay. They have come to pass.
Sometimes not getting what you want is the most valuable experience of your entire life. Sometimes utter pain. Pain is the greatest asset in the world, because when people succeed, they party, and when they fail, they ponder. That's where the change comes from. What if problems were always gifts? What if every single problem really was a gift in your life? What if every problem you ever had was life happening for you, not to you? What if everything in our lives is guided? What if everything in our life was divine timing? Everything, even the pain. Every problem is temporary. Only your soul is permanent.
This is not the end for you. There is still hope. If you can muster up enough strength to hold on and hold out, you can get through this.
Because you're tougher than this. You can overcome more than you think you can. You're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine.
The way you get to the next level of your life is keep going. Keep going, keep running. Even when you don't even know, even if it turns into chaos. Because if you can operate in chaos, the world becomes Disneyland. Problems become scratches. I can lose my car. Somebody can blow it up. I'm gonna go have some sushi with my wife and think about the solution, not the problem.
There is another level. The only reason you keep saying there isn't is you feel so exhausted about where you are. But life, the universe, or God is just testing you, because there is another level. There's a level where all your dreams are realized. There's a level that you've always dreamed about. It is real. It has not gone away. But it takes that extra burst when you think there's nothing left. There's no way. You've tried everything 10 million times and you keep going. If you keep hitting this wall enough times, I will see that you will not stop, that you are filled with that level of determination, faith, and courage, and then the door opens. And it's just 2 million years above, and most people give up because they're exhausted. And there's some people who go, the harder I hit it, the more I hit it, sooner or later it's going down, I'm not stopping. And when you do that enough, it pops open. When you're in the darkest place, when you feel like all is lost, when you think there's no way to turn it around, remember this: victory is near.
This is your life. This is your dream. You're the master. You're the captain of your ship. Don't let anything or anyone take away that thing you want. But you gotta be willing to stand up to failure, stand up to pain, stand up to trials and tribulations, and decide within yourself that I will not stop until I get what I want.
I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not surrender. I will not be defeated. I will take everything that happens to me in my life, and I will turn all the pain into my fuel for success.
The hard times I'm facing might make it more difficult or inconvenient for me to get where I want to go, but it will not stop me. It will not determine my reality. I'm the only limit for what I can become and achieve.
You have not seen the best days of your life yet. The best for you is still yet to come. You can do more, be more, have more. But you have to start living your life in expectation of great things. You've got to start expecting things to work in your favor in order for it to happen. If you live your life in positive expectations, that's what happens to you. But if you live your life in despair, that's what happens to you.
Your journey, your fight, it's not going to be easy. It's going to test you, push you, challenge you in ways you never imagined. But that's the beauty of it. That's where you find your true strength. You'll discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. Every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger, to become more resilient.
Your dreams are worth the struggle. Your goals deserve your dedication. They are worth the pain, worth the blood, worth the sweat, worth the tears. It may not feel like it right now in the middle of what you're going through, but you will be glad you stuck it out.
Let every no, every rejection, every failure drive you to do better. Let it be the reason you push harder, go further, reach higher. I need you to embrace the journey with all its ups and downs. For it's in this journey that you find your true self, your unbreakable spirit, your unyielding determination.
The road to success is littered with the stories of those who gave up too soon, who let their dreams slip through their fingers because they stopped when they were just a step away from greatness. You are stronger than you think, more capable than you know, and more resilient than you believe. Inside you lies a well of untapped potential waiting to burst forth, but it requires you to keep moving, to keep striving, and to keep saying to yourself, I will not stop.
Today, make a pledge to yourself. A pledge that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how impossible it seems, you will keep going. You will face the storm, you will endure the pain, and you will overcome the challenges because you are a warrior, a champion, a dreamer who dares to fight for what they deserve.
I'm not a failure. A failure is someone who's given up. I won't ever give up. I won't ever give in.
Every single one of these obstacles in your way is an opportunity in disguise. The greatest achievements often arise from the ashes of our greatest struggles. The night is always darkest just before dawn, and it is in this darkness that your light has the chance to shine the brightest.
There's going to be things that go on that are out of your control. The worst thing you can do is let something that's out of your control you. Get control of yourself, get control of your emotions. Don't get angry, don't get frustrated. Instead, stay calm and figure out how to move forward.
You are closer than what you think. You close, and the devil done told you, just get a divorce. You close, hold on. You close, you about to drop out. You gone too far now. You ain't got but 2 credits. Hold on. You 3 kids in. You can't quit now. Hold on. But this is my 6th time taking it. You gonna pass on the 7th. Hold on. But you better get something from all that hell you've been through. I'm talking to somebody. You ought to get excited. You are 100 yards away. You are 100 yards away. You can see it in the distance. You can see it in the distance. You close, boo. Don't give up now. You close, my brother. Hold on.
I don't care if you have to inch your way day by day, even if you have to crawl, even if it hurts even if it's harder than anything you've ever been through. And nobody can see what you're really going through. And people are laughing at you, and they're doubting you. If you don't quit, this pain, this tragedy, this trial, this will become your greatest moment of growth. This is what makes a champion. I'm telling you right now, your lowest moment will be the birthplace of your biggest success. Even when everything inside of you screams that you stop, you've got to keep fighting. Fight through the tears. Fight through the storms. Fight through the battles with your family. Fight through the battles with yourself. Fight through whatever is in front of you, and don't ever stop fighting.
What you're going through right now is necessary. You are forging the skills. You are forging the determination. You are forging the grit. You are forging the fortitude. You are forging all the things that nobody else is gaining because they're sitting on their hands and you're willing to push through.
And it's not going to be easy. If it was, everybody would do it. But I know you have the ability to make it happen.
You gotta learn how not to give up or how not to give in, but you gotta find your why, and you gotta understand that greatness is within you, and you gotta pull it out. You gotta climb every mountain. You gotta pick up all the weight. You gotta cry if you got to, but whatever you do, you cannot give up. You cannot give in. And if you give up and give in, you will never experience greatness. So keep going.
If we can realize that life is always happening for us, not to us, game over. All the pain and suffering disappear.
And realize if it was easy, everybody would do it. Nobody ever said it would be easy. But I know greatness is within you, and you got what it takes. So get up and let's make it happen.
You know, the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself.
It's you against you. You against you. There's no hack, bro. There's no hack to grow that thing. How do you grow it? Do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. That's the hack. The hack is gonna suck. Yeah, build your will.
No, it's not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as you have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable. Because discomfort is how we grow. That's how we become strong. You have two paths in front of you right now. One path is the easy path. You don't have to change anything. Everything in your life that you aren't happy about can be someone else's fault. But the end of that road isn't pretty. The other path is the hard path. It's going to be downright painful. You will have to force your brain to think in new ways. But eventually, you will start to feel empowered. You will realize that you have the greatest power of all, the power to change your own life. You will be stronger than you've ever known.
When you give up, your mind thinks it's over, so it stops growing. There's no development when you give up. But when you can say, screw this is awful. I'm overwhelmed, I'm in pain, I'm struggling, I'm hurting, but decide not to leave, your mind gets the message. It realizes he's sticking around, so we need to adapt, we need to improve. That's when different parts of your brain kick into gear. You start using parts of your mind you never used before, especially when you're struggling and you refuse to quit.
I am sick and tired earning a shitty spot in this world and then blaming every single person around him. I'm sick of watching people stuff their faces and do nothing and expect to have this great life. I'm sick of people showing up and doing the minimum and expect to be wealthy and successful and all the things that they say they want. It just doesn't work that way. When's it gonna be? When is it gonna be that you are finally not full of make the change that you need to make? Become the person you need to become. This isn't about losing 20 pounds or 30 pounds or 100 pounds. This is about becoming a person that can control their external environment and make decisions that serve them no matter how hard those decisions might be, no matter how inconvenient those decisions might be. That's the only way you're going to solve this problem long term. Your only solution is to become the kind of person who can do the hard things when everybody else stops, when everybody else takes a break, when everybody else quits. This is going to be a full commitment to creating the kind of person that can make the right decision even when it's the last thing they want to do. When they're tired, when they're sore, when they're hungry, they will still make the right decision. When they're stressed, when they're frustrated, when they're angry, they will still make the right decision. When the world is crashing down on their shoulders, they will still make the right decision.
Every day, you should look at yourself and ask, what am I prepared to do to achieve what I want? And if your response is whatever it takes, then you'll eventually get there.
You're setting an example every single day. You have to consistently challenge and work that damn mind of yours. It's a mental machine that needs constant pushing. The cost of regret is far heavier than the cost of discipline. You don't want to wake up one day and regret not following your instincts, not doing what you wanted.
Don't live with regrets. If there's something you want to do in your job, in your relationships, in school, just do it. Life is all about mastering this mental game. Once you conquer this mental game, it stops being a game. You start actually living your life.
Every day you have the choice to either succumb to the seductive whispers of ease or to rise above and challenge yourself. You gotta recognize that the path to greatness, to real growth and achievement, lies in doing the hard things. The things that require effort, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of your goals.
It's about realizing that every difficult step you take is a step towards becoming a stronger, more capable version of yourself.
When you're committed, you start training your mind to seek growth over comfort, embracing the struggle rather than avoiding it. This mental shift is what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary.
The most successful individuals are those who can act independently of their feelings. They don't negotiate with their emotions. They separate themselves from these fleeting states and focus on their goals. By taking control of your emotions, you become a disciplined, goal-achieving machine, capable of accomplishing anything you set your mind to.
This isn't just about today, it's about setting the stage for your future. Every decision, every action is a building block for the future you are creating. It's not solely about the goals you achieve. but the person you become in the process. As you build your future, your vision becomes clearer, and each victory sharpens your focus, transforming your goals from distant dreams into achievable realities.
Discipline is the weapon against mediocrity. And every time you choose to rise early, opt for healthier options, or hit the gym despite fatigue, you strike a blow against weakness, thereby strengthening your mind and character. You need to cultivate the voice of a champion within you. This is the voice that compels you to get up even when you're tired, even when everything in you wants to stop.
Become the person who cannot quit. Become the person who can say no to the things that they know they're supposed to say no to. Become the person who makes the right decision regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the hardships, regardless of the pain, regardless of the frustration. If you become that person, you have no limits in your life. There is no stopping that person. Start today. And in 365 days, you will look back and you will say, that was the day. That was the day that everything changed. That was the day that my life changed. That was the day that my family changed. That was the day my community changed because I changed.
I dare you to work on yourself for 6 months. I dare you to shut out the world. I dare you to shut out all the distractions. I dare you to give up everything that is keeping you from your dream.
Every day when I wake up, I got all kind of demands. You got all kind of demands. And the reason why you're not where you want to be, you taking all other people's stuff before you spend enough time with yourself to get to know you and get to know what you want and what you should do. Come on, y'all. Y'all heard it a million times. In case of an emergency, put the doggone mask on yourself first. And the problem with most of you in this room, you giving it to everybody else first. And then you pissed when you give it to everybody else first and you come up short and you wonder why you came up short because you gave it to everybody else first. Take care of you.
In order to have unbelievable choice and options in your life, in your pursuit of your dream, you must eliminate them. You must shrink your focus down to one thing, one business, one focus at one time, and master it and get great at it for an extended period of time. The irony of life is that the more you shrink your options in pursuit of your dream, the more it'll open them up in your life later. What are the things that are stealing your focus? Who are the people that are stealing your focus? And begin to eliminate these distractions. Get laser focused and obsessed on what you want. Be starving and hungry to get it. Be desperate to get it. The combination of desperation and hunger with laser focus over an extended period of time is the formula to be great at something.
If you want to show me you want to win that bad, pack your calendar, because everything is based off of activity. Very few people want to show their calendar, because if they did, you would realize who really wants to win bad and who doesn't. It's mathematically impossible for you not to win at the highest level if your calendar is packed from day till night, every single day, the entire year, without you winning.
Embed that long-term goal in your mind. Burn it into your soul. Think about it. Write about it. Talk about it. Hang it up on your wall. But most important, do something about it. Every day, do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps that goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it. Make it happen. Because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. It is all on you.
Champions are focused on the goal. They don't have time to be doing stuff that's not going to help them toward the goal. So all the little stuff you talking about, all the little social media, cut it off. Cut it off. Do what you're supposed to do. You ain't no boy no more. Get off social media. It's killing you. Get off of it. Stop Netflix. Who you watching? Watch you. You got a job to do. That's what you're getting paid for. Have some pride. And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. I don't owe you a dime. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind.
Our obsessions become our possessions, but we won't possess them if we're not truly obsessed. Turn your damn TV off. Turn your phone off a lot too. Don't be so obsessed with them. Be obsessed with your own reality TV program called Your Own Life. This suffering, this sacrifice you're making is an indicator of progress. It's an indicator of obsession. Suffering and sacrifice and hard work is an indication of progress towards our dreams. The price you will pay for not making your dream come true is far greater than the one that you will pay to make it come true. You'll pay that one the rest of your life. And so ask yourself what you're willing to risk. What's the price you're willing to pay? Stop negotiating the price. It's a freeing experience to totally commit. When you totally commit to a business, to your fitness, it's a freeing, powerful, it's almost like removing kryptonite from your life when you totally commit. Can you do that? The people around you are saying, it's costing too much. It's costing too much. You guys are going, no, it's worth it.
Our minds are morphing from minute to minute if we let them.
Either you control your thoughts or the world around you does. Either you're taking charge of where your life goes or someone or something else is.
We are losing control.
If you don't take control, we live in a society full of sharks. This world is run primarily by sharks. And I promise you, if you don't become one, they will eat you alive. Right down the area you know you most need to take control. Like right this second, I know this is the area that's gotten out of control. I'm getting up and watching that program I should be watching. I'm drinking that stuff I should be drinking. I'm going places I should. Write down right now the thing that you just like for real, lost control. Cut it off. Your cell phone, cut it off. If it's not helping you, cut it off. Do what you're supposed to do. You ain't no boy no more. No more playing after today. Anything that's not in alignment with your dreams and your goals, let it go. You're not a victim. Take control of your life. Every single thing in my life, I gotta have control of it. I gotta take control. And so I gotta go to bed at a certain time. I gotta wake up at a certain time. There's certain things I can't eat, certain things I can't watch, certain things I can't do.
We think, according to psychologists, 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day. So now you want to begin to hone in on your thoughts. Keep an eye single. You want to focus. You want to begin to discipline yourself to control your thinking.
All you gotta do is look in the mirror. All you gotta do is deal with yourself, and then we're gonna get to a whole other level. I want you to go look yourself in the mirror, and I want you to vow no more excuses. From this day forward, I'm not just gonna be getting pumped up. I'm not just gonna be fired up. I'm about to start applying. The difference between people who talk about it and people who do it is one simple word: application. They hear it, and they don't just hear it, they digest it. And when they digest it, boom, they do something with it.
Put the pressure on your brain, on your thoughts, on how you're thinking. When you learn because you are actively engaging your brain and processing information and making it part of your usable knowledge, taking it to apply it to a problem and solve a problem, that is the game changer.
It's about hardening your brain. It's about making you a mental weapon. It's about getting in control of all the shit that holds you up, that is throwing life up, that exists in here in your brain. It's about building confidence, building grit, building fortitude, building self-esteem, building discipline, all that you thought other people just had. It's about building all those things within yourself. How different would your life look if you had it? It would look completely different. Your entire life. The house you live in will be different. The car you drive will be different. The job will be different. Everything will be different. That's the difference between hoping you get somewhere and knowing you're going to get somewhere. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. It's the difference between I could have been or I am. And it all starts with taking control of the days that you seem to be out of control.
Stay plugged in. Keep this thing sharp. Never lose your edge. Never.
You have to be willing to push through discomfort. You have to be willing to grit it out. Nothing that you're about to try or do or achieve that is worthwhile is going to be comfortable for you during the process of creating it. The transformation for betterment. Knowing it gets worse before it gets better. Consistent, every day, dedication, due diligence, sacrifice. It's not supposed to be an easy sail of life.
no change for the betterment ever is.
You're too emotional about it. And so there are times where you feel it and you electrify. And there are times when you don't feel it and you cut it off. You gotta move you. If you get to a point in your day and you down and out and you exhausted, you can stop right there and change the mood. You control your feelings. You saw something that threw you off, well, see something that throw you back on. Be very intentional and very deliberate about moving yourself.
Control the things you think about. You can control how you feel. You can control what you think. And you can definitely control what you do.
Do what you say you're gonna do. How much better would the world be if more people do what they say they're going to do? Equate not staying focused with massive pain and discomfort. Create strong visual images of what will happen to your life if you don't do what's most productive at every given moment. If we don't feel discomfort, we'll get lazy and stop doing what we know we must do. Anybody can stay excited for a day, a week, a month, a year. A winner stays excited for however long they need to stay excited. If you're the kind of person who can decide what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna control the things I can control. I'm gonna control my diet. I'm gonna control what I can drink. I'm gonna control my workouts. I'm gonna control what I do on a daily basis, on what I read, what I put in my brain. And you start developing these mentalities about how to function properly in a progressive way while the rest of the world is in chaos. Let me tell you something. You're gonna become the most bulletproof on the face of the planet because no one will ever be, because it doesn't matter what's going on outside of your brain, outside of your body, you're in control. And that is peace of mind, is where happiness comes from, is where fulfillment comes from, is where infectious confidence comes from.
I need you to decide today without anyone else around, who are you going to be, what is the plan going to be, and what's life going to look like from now on, and you're going to attack.
Reset your brain, reset your habits, reset your life.
Your brain is being controlled every second of every day. The question is, are you controlling it, or is something else? What is enslaving you? What's trapping you? What's controlling your thoughts, your ideas?
Is it the internet drawing you in and controlling your time? Is it numbing your brain and diminishing your desires?
Are you proactively thinking about things? Because you should be. Don't get caught off guard. Think about what is going on. Because in this day and age, right now, if you aren't careful, you can slide down the path of least resistance, the path to weakness. Over time, it catches up. You end up out of shape, you end up broke, you ended up with wasted time and wasted life. Life will happen to you instead of life happening for you. Do not allow that. Just do not allow that. You have to take control. You've got to do something to get control of your brain. Turn off that autopilot. Grab the wheel and steer your habits and your routines and steer your life in the direction you actually want to go. You need to audit yourself, but you need to do it with the truth. What are you doing right now? Are you not doing anything? Are you doing something stupid? Or are you making progress? What are you doing right now? You cannot lie to yourself, even in the littlest way. You gotta run the numbers. You gotta account for everything. If you tell yourself the truth, and the truth is, I'm not happy with where I'm at. The truth is, I can do more. The truth is, I can be in better shape. The truth is, I can work harder than I'm working right now. The truth is, I can do more for my family. The truth is, I can do much better than I'm doing right now. If that's the real truth, if that's what you believe, you won't have to find more discipline. Discipline will find you. It will wake you up in the morning.
One of the greatest disciplines that you can exercise is constantly training your brain to only focus on desirable outcomes. Where would you be in your business, your life, your health if you were only creating desirable outcomes?
You want to do big. Let me explain the difference between you and everyone else. Your plan and the discipline in which you enforce it in. If you're going to physically write out your plan and you're going to say, this is what I'm going to do now. You create a solid plan. When it gets uncomfortable, when the temptation to deviate comes in, to not trust the plan, you don't change. All you have to do is make a freaking plan and then not deviate from it. How many hours are you gonna work? What's your energy gonna be like? What is it gonna look like every freaking day? Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Most of you never get to the big compound effect of the hard work because you keep deviating from the freaking plan. You keep not showing up with the intensity in which you need to come with.
The secret is to make a plan, execute the plan, come obsessed with the plan, and make it your entire life from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed for 20 years. Successful people look at a huge project, a huge dream, a huge goal, and instead of cowering down and making excuses to why it can't be done, they make a plan. And they execute on that plan weekly, daily, hourly, 24/7, 365 until they get what they're after.
It's always a result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. You have to have stamina this year. Because every time you stop, every time you start, every time you stop, every time you start, you're messing up your momentum. And so I want you to have the stamina, figure out what your pace is. Don't operate at anybody else's pace. Find your pace, and you stay at that pace. One of the ways to be successful is to do it and do it every day and commit to every day. Whether you feel good or you don't feel good. Because success is not a feeling. I'm just saying, whatever you do, be on time and be consistent.
If you're gonna get anything great in this life, you're gonna have to become a freaking savage. I want you guys to work with so much passion and so much intensity and so much energy that people question why you're doing this. The reason why the 99% don't do it is because it's comfortable to not work your plan. It is very uncomfortable to work your plan because your plan was made to make you successful, and only uncomfortable being done gets you successful. Uncomfort pays. Comfort kills.
Every single day is a win or a loss. Did you do what you needed to do today? Because that's all that matters. And when you string enough wins in a row, you create a habit of winning. You are in control. There is no magic. There is no luck. It's one day at a time, one win at a time, until you make winning who you are.
It does not matter how long it takes. They reward you for being mentally tough.
As hard as you're going to work for yourself, you're going to find yourself in conflict working against yourself. Assignments that you will be given, you will find ways to get busy and not to do them, or to become distracted, or let any kind of excuse stop you from honoring a commitment to yourself. Just watch this. Just observe yourself. You sabotage your own potential through procrastinating, through not taking care of business, not spending your time wisely, squandering your time looking at a lot of idle television, or spend all your time lamenting and complaining about how bad things are, using your energy negatively rather than positively, complaining rather than producing. Things I know I should do, I don't do. Things I shouldn't do, I do. I found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself.
There's so many distractions out here, and all type of strategies that keep you distracted, algorithms, all kinds of stuff.
You want your dream? You gotta cut the noise. You gotta not be like everybody else. You gotta put away all the social media, all the apps that are fighting for your attention, and you gotta boil it down to exactly what it is you're trying to achieve.
You have to find a routine and stick with it.
Every single one of you has an opportunity every single day to make these small daily acts of excellence, optimization, and creativity that will ultimately build a life of greatness. It's about what you do every single day with utter consistency that over time creates mastery.
I am an underdog, and for a living, I have destroyed people who are more talented than me, who are distracted. I stay focused and intent and intense to purposely destroy people who are more talented than me, who are distracted. And most people get just enough talent to feel like they win, and then they let distractions come on in this world because they let their damn guard down. Knock it off. Stay focused. We need to go through a season right now of saying no. If what you're doing today doesn't match that goal, it's got to go away.
Every multi-millionaire and every multi-billionaire in this world
have all decided that I'm gonna commit myself to this career, this vision, this goal, training, education, no parties. They're gonna call you names. They're gonna say that you're a weirdo because you don't know nobody. Those are the characteristics of a champion. Those are the characteristics of someone that have said that I have decided that I'm gonna create a shift in this universe.
I'm going to force myself to get up early and practice. I'm going to force myself to lift weights. I'm going to force myself to study. Because when you do that, you don't have to worry about rewards when you're doing the work. When you're doing the work, the rewards will come. Rewards come after you work, not before. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. You have no control over rain, no control over the snow, no control over the temperature. What I'm asking you to do to blow up this year, I'm asking you to control what you can control. You can control going to bed. You can control getting up. You can control being on time. You can control going to class. You can control showing up. You can control doing your homework. You can control your attitude. You can control being nice. You can control doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it.
What's your state? Are you in a state of focus? Are you pumped up? Are you breathing deeply? Are you lasered in on something? Are you completely in there? Or is your state a distracted, diverted state? Hunched over, watching TV, looking at your phone. All of that stuff distracts us. Or are you in a state totally pumped up, totally focused on your dreams, lasered in?
We got enough power, we misdirect it. We think of too many unimportant things. Our mind's shooting all over the place.
If you focus on something every single day and you ask yourself, how can I improve it? And you demand from yourself that somehow it has to get better, you will master that area of focus. I don't care what it is.
You're only limited by weakness of attention. All you need is to give it your full attention, the will to do it. See, the will gives us the ability to concentrate. If you can think it and you can let yourself get emotionally involved with it and you stay focused on it, you can have it.
Get the thing that you want more than anything else riveted in your mind, and then take every bit of information and relate it to the goal.
You don't have to be perfect, but what you have to do is perfect the day. You'll never be perfect. As long as you're alive, there's always progress. You can always get better, but listen to me. I want you to practice perfecting the 24 hours, 60 minutes in a day, 1,440 seconds. That's what I want you to concentrate on. I want you to concentrate on the now. When I get up in the morning, I try to perfect the day. I try to do what I didn't do the day before. I try to do what I didn't do last year. I try to do what I didn't do the year before. I'm trying to be responsible for the now. I'm trying to perfect the now. I'm trying to look at each second and make sure I'm doing something each second. I want to make sure each minute I'm doing something each minute. I want to make sure every hour I'm doing something every hour. I want to make sure in that day I'm getting something done. On Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, that I'm effective. I need you to stop trying to do it big. I need you to fall in love with small, and guess what? Big gonna be attracted to you. If you fall in love with every second, every minute, every hour of the day, and you focus on the now, you master the now. You become an expert of the now. If you perfect every day, if you perfect every opportunity, if you perfect every skill, I guarantee you're gonna have it, you're gonna be it, you're gonna do it.
Lou Gehrig played 2,130 straight games of baseball from 1925 to 1939.
All he did to become great was show up every single day. Do you think out of 2,130 games, he was never hurt? You think he was healthy every single game? You think he felt his best every single game? You think he didn't have no family problems in those 2,130 days, that just everything in his life was going great? Nope, but he made a commitment. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said in left.
Meaning when you don't feel like getting up in the morning, you get your butt up in the morning, you do what you said you were going to do anyway. Meaning when you don't feel like sacrificing, you get your butt up and you sacrifice anyway. Meaning when you don't feel like being dedicated to it, you stay your butt dedicated anyway, because you understand what the process will go on to produce later on in your life.
Winners do consistently what amateurs do occasionally. Amateurs, the people that want to get big but never get big, or want to grow but never grow, the people that run their mouth yapping, jaw-jacking, they never seem to get what they want. It's because they're doing it occasionally. The winners out there, the top 1%'s the Lions. You know what they're doing? They're doing it consistently. Greatness comes from doing mundane that average people can't keep doing. It's not all sexy and fired up. It's staying consistent, do what you need to do over and over and over and over.
I practice so much that when I get up and do the big gigs and stuff that count, I I lick it. Why? Because I practice over and over and over and over and over. So when I get up there and do my thing, there's no errors because I've been so consistent that my body's like, boom, it's showtime. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And so if you would learn to be consistent, if you would learn to have a little consistency, that your momentum would kick in and take you to places you never thought you could go. We went from the backyard to the world. Why? Consistency. I need you to grind. Just be consistent. Wash the dishes and wash the dishes 100%. Mop the floor and mop it 100%. Go to work and do your work. Don't just go to work when you feel like it. Go to work every single day. Work on it every day. Even when you down and out. Even when you're not feeling it, still do it. Why? People who do stuff consistently and on time, they get the same consequences. They get paid. They get rewarded.
When you say you're gonna do something, you have to do it until you damn die. That's the secret. Every freaking day. Not some days, not 5 days a week, 7 days a week. The only people you know, and you know their names, are people that execute and that are consistent. People don't want to tell you the truth no more. They want to make you feel good. I don't care about making you feel good. I want to give you the truth. You don't train and get better? If you don't become a better version of yourself, guess what? Every single one of you are screwed.
Life does not reward people who wait to see what happens. What you put in, you will get out. Because you can think about it, you can wish for it, you can hope for it, you can think all about it all as long as you want. But unless you get out every single day and put in the work, inch by inch by inch, you will never get there. So while you sit there, start thinking that no one is going to put me. Start thinking that no one is going to throw me off course. Start thinking, I don't give the world hands. I'm achieving a goal. Take pride in doing the hard nobody else will do. Take pride in working out in the elements when no one else is willing to do that. Take pride in doing the work that your coworkers won't do. Take pride in training yourself in ways that other people won't. Those are the people that win. Those are the people that run. It doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. It's hard. It takes a long time. That's not the old-fashioned way. That's not the hard way. That's not the more inconvenient way. It's not the long way. It's not the tough way. It's just a way. You're gonna have to earn it.
I will never quit. I will always be consistent. I will never slow down, and I will always come back. Nobody wants to stand in front of somebody that won't stop fighting. That's the dangerous power of an underdog.
Even you get knocked down, you get back up, and you get back up, and you get back up, and you continue to against the wall. Because you believe in the purpose. You find value in it. It's the choices you make on every fucking rep. Every set, when the pain says hello, do you say goodbye? What are you doing? How bad do you want it? Or you already see yourself stronger from it before you enter it? Do you have the value and the vision up here before you apply the effort and the work in there? That notion, if you have that belief, when no one's around, when no one's looking at you, when no one's cheering, it's just you and your shadow. Who are you? How do you hold yourself? How do you see yourself? What do you do when no one's watching?
Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
You know what you gotta do to get to paradise? You gotta fight like to get to paradise. Paradise starts in, it's the early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. Are you those things? People always talk about, you gotta work smarter and not harder. No, you gotta work smarter and you gotta work harder.
You're gonna have to be disciplined. You're going to have to be consistent. You're gonna have to do it when nobody else is doing it. The greatest version of you is the disciplined version of you. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused. I have a prize that's in front of me. I know what I'm supposed to do, and that ain't it. I have to stay right here. I discipline my body. I stay uncomfortable in these situations like an athlete, training it to do what it should. After I get disciplined to do it for a long time,
I start desiring it. You are now turning a discipline into a desire. And now what was used to be a dread becomes something that you know is making you better. I'm better uncomfortable.
You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting after it every daggone day.
A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work.
Because he loves the process.
It is in practicing. It is in lifting weights. It is in resting. It is in eating right. It is in making good decisions that you look a certain way. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you. When nobody knows what you're doing. When you put in those extra reps, it is in the process that you get better. It's in the process that don't nobody know your name, and 5 years later, you're one of the best in the world. Why? The process. I don't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm broke. Then why do you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Because I ain't finished yet.
The deeper the process, the greater the reward.
We're not living by the clock, man. If you do the clock says it's 10 o'clock, time to go to sleep, or 9 to 5, time to go to work. If you're in bed right now and you're rolling around, you can't fall asleep, get the It probably means you haven't done an honest day's work to earn that rest at night. 2 a.m., not a f***ing person's here. I can put an honest day's work in here like more than anyone does in a week, and no one sees it, because it's supposed to be that way. This is the means to the ends. It's not the ends. You're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay dues, so later in life you never wonder what if. Not run by the clock. Run by our desire where we want to go tomorrow. Our competition's asleep right now. We're getting ahead of that competition. The margins between first and loser, the second place finisher, growing and growing and growing. They're all gonna fight for second place.
Do you think Michael Jordan was interested in just being a basketball player? Do you think Kobe Bryant was just interested in winning championships? Interested is a hobby. You have to be obsessed.
Excellence is not an accident in somebody's life. When no one's watching, do you get up and run at 5 in the morning when it's pouring down rain? As a person of principle, a person of character that values who they are, and everything they do accordingly. You don't go in here blindly, you go in here with purpose, mentally believing it, like Muhammad Ali. He called himself the greatest fighter before he ever won something. He believed it. He had a strong directional path of where he's heading, going to work every single day when no one's watching, paying dues every single day, so that this belief rises to a level of maturity that others like, yeah, man, way to go. There's no half-ass here, half-ass there, half-ass there, and then when it matters, oh, I'll give it my all. It doesn't work that way. If you half-ass it here and there and there and there, you learn to half-ass. So when it does matter, you don't know anything else but half-ass. You will never succeed that way. Who stands up, picks up the trash when no one's looking? The same person that's on top of the podium later in life. If you start shortcutting these things, as if no one's watching, doesn't matter, eventually it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. It won't. If everything you do, you put your name to the best of who you are. How do you know you're on the right path?
You will never succeed more than you fail. That's not how it works. You know why? Because failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, he took 946 game-winning shots. He has only made 146 of those. He has missed over 700 times, but he has made 146. You know what they write about? When you make it. They write about when you make it. So guess what? When you get through failing, all you gotta do is make one. Matter of fact, when you fail, be glad about it. Every time you fail, you one step closer. So every time you fail, say, whew, got that out the way. Go to the next one. Fail again, okay, I got 2 out the way. What's gonna happen is if you just keep swinging, you're gonna get a hit.
Do not fear failure, but please be terrified of regret, as giving up is the birth of regret. You will receive 100 doors slam in your face. You will have 100 moments that will be filled with someone telling you no. But what I ask of you today is to not take no for an answer. Don't be afraid of no's. Be afraid of the possibility of a yes that you have prematurely destroyed because you decided to quit before the clock strikes 12. I love a good no. Please tell me no. Telling me no is like adding fuel to a fire that is now set ablaze because of your single no. I love additional reasons to work harder. Please give me a reason.
You better go inside. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you when you already your superhero. You looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you.
You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. And understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts, insecurities, fear, because he wants to put you to a test. But I can tell you now, I piss the devil off every day because I just don't stop. And the devil is so mad. This guy, doesn't matter if he gets sick, it doesn't matter what happens to his money or his finances, every time he gets out of his bed and he's on a mission to get it done.
And as you begin to look at your life, decide that you're going to start working on that dream. You're going to work and nurture that idea. Now, there will be people that will criticize you. There will be people that won't see it for you. But I say to you, don't let nobody turn you around. You don't need anybody to understand it. You don't need anybody to approve you. You don't need anybody to say, go ahead on and do it. If you get that, that's fantastic. If you get that encouragement, that's great. But I say stand up within yourself boldly and say, this is my life. I'm controlling my destiny.
When your day is a museum of disappointments hanging from events that were outside of your control. When you find yourself flailing in an ocean of why is this happening to me? When it feels like your guardian angel put in his 2-week notice 2 months ago and just decided not to tell you. When it feels like God is a babysitter that's always on the phone. When you get punched in the esophagus by a fistful of life, remember that you will survive. Remember, things could be worse. Remember, we are never, ever given anything that we can't handle. When the world crumbles around you, you have to look at the wreckage and then build a new one out of all the pieces that are still here. Remember, you are still here. The human heart beats approximately 4,000 times per hour, and each pulse, each throb, each palpitation is a trophy engraved with the words, you are still alive. You are still alive. Act like it.
I invested too much to quit. I made too many sacrifices to give up. We've come too far. We've been through too much. We've seen too much. We've had too many victories. We have seen defeat. We've looked defeat in the face and we've overcome it. We've come too far to give up now. We've come too far to be negative now. We've come too far to start overthinking now. So when life happens, I don't just sit there and cry. I'll buck back. I'll buck back. And the process is not supposed to be comfortable. So if it hurts, welcome to the big leagues. If you feel like you're under heat, praise God. If you feel like you're being pressured, praise God. But when God looks like he's pulling you back, eventually he's gonna let you go. And the farther he pulls you back, once he releases you, boom! The spirit of resiliency, the spirit of grit, it's in your DNA, it's in your blood. Overcoming is in your blood. Getting through adversity is in your blood. We need to focus on where we're going, not where we come from and what's happening. I just need you to keep walking toward it. I don't need you thinking about it no more. You're doing too much thinking. You analyze it too much. You're talking yourself out of it. I don't know if this gonna work. I tried and it didn't work. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up in your mind that the only way you can lose is if you quit. I just need you to keep going. You gotta tell life, I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you ain't dealt with me. You gotta tell bankruptcy. You gotta tell divorce. You gotta tell sickness. I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you come up against the wrong one this time. You can be and do whatever you want, and nobody can stop you but you.